Alright guys, welcome back. Oops, gotta swap that scene over, and gotta swap it over again. Here's our lovely faces for a second, because we need to go to the in-game screen for the match that's starting right now. It is game number 1 in a brand new best of 3. This is, however, the loser's match, and whoever falls out of this best of 3 will also be falling out of the tournament and lose their chance to get into that round of 8. The winner of this will, however, go on to play one last best of 3 against Zake. And yeah, we'll see if it ends up being a rematch or whether it'll be a new match. I gotta say though, as a side note, this is going so quick, and I guess
It is.
no disrespect to Take TV, but they kind of made me forget how quick best of 3 groups should go. Because what is taking,
Well,
what is gonna end up taking us probably 2.5, maybe 3 hours max, was taking us like 4 to 5 hours for the penthouse party.
yes. It also helps that these series are just short in general.
Yeah, I mean 2-0 and 2-0 back to back to start with, and another 2-0 in the winners match. It's an organizer's worst nightmare to have something go so quickly ahead of schedule, but it's at the same time for someone such as myself who is so at the end of his stamina. Nice.
Yeah.
So while we load in on this awkward load screen, I would like to remind
Yeah.
everybody real quick, there is a giveaway currently going on. If you want to get your hands on either a StarCraft 2, I think it's a StarCraft 2 t-shirt or a StarCrafts t-shirt as well, make sure to check out the Dutch StarCraft League giveaways. One's being held through Twitter. You got to answer with like a skill twisting question. I think it was something along who's coaching what. I don't know. DSC League in chat is, of course, Frank Van Caspel. He's the one who's in charge of the Dutch StarCraft League. If you guys got questions, if you want to get into that giveaway, if you want to enter that contest, please do just poke him.
Yeah, poke him with a stick. Marsman, don't do it. Marsman,
Choose life.
don't DC, brother. Okay, he's good.
He's like sitting there shouting at his load bar like, Jesus, take the wheel! I don't know what's going on anymore! But okay, ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the bottom right side of the map, it's going to be the pink Zerg player, Revolution.
In the bottom left, as the orange Protoss, he is Marsman.
I know Marsman probably means something or doesn't have the same connotation, but I just look like Mars Man. I think back to like every bad like black and white 70s movie, like the man from Mars. Mars Man.
Yeah, I just keep thinking of like marmalade or maybe there's something else. I think food or drinks when I look at this guy's name. It's making me want some sweet things. Have you gotten Halloween candy? Or are you gonna get Halloween candy, I guess, question? Remember last year you complained about it?
So there's some Halloween candy drama.
Oh, okay.
I
Didn't
bought
expect that.
I bought one of those boxes, like 80 of the little tiny candy bars in preparation of this, and I stuck it in the closet because I knew my parents would keep putting it off. And my mom, for those who don't know, had her Achilles tendon snapped like 2-3 months ago, so I've had to take care of her like almost every day since. It has absolutely sucked, by the way, and taken up so much of my sanity. But point of it is, get these candies. Thought I hid them away. We go to check on the box to see if we need to buy more, maybe thinking like, maybe this 80's not enough. Open the box. Oh, what do you know? It's like 90% empty and full of empty Raptors.
Whoa.
Because my dad's been just snacking on it without telling anybody for the last month. So we had Halloween candy good to go. We currently do not have Halloween candy good to go.
Okay, alright. I guess that's the only Halloween candy drama that I could think of.
You know, we got that Twitch money now. Maybe I'll get some full-size bars and spoil the kids in our neighborhood.
Yo, and be the house.
Be the
That's
house.
The house, man.
But that problem is, if we become the house, then kids are going to keep coming back all night. And I'm like, ugh.
Damn kids. Yeah. My mom always overbuys candy. So this year, I'm like, are you sure you have enough candy? And she was like, nope, we don't have enough candy. I was like, I think we might. She's like, nope. So instead of being like, Mom, seriously, like, we're going to be fine. We always have too much left over. I just gave in and was like, yeah, we should get more candy. And then I got candy that I love. So I can eat it after. Or just sour stuff, because I don't really like chocolate that much. So that's what I'm looking forward to next week. I mean, that and BlizzCon, but whatever. I also decorated with my mom yesterday, and our house looks super cool. It's a
Yeah?
tradition.
Did you? Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to...
Yeah, and I
Cool.
bought a pumpkin, and I'm going to
Ugh.
carve an Overwatch hero's face into it. I'm not sure which one yet.
Oh man, so again, for those who missed out on the pumpkin carving stream I did over on the Stacey Roy's channel week and a half ago, she tried to carve an Overwatch logo into her pumpkin,
Mm-hmm.
and I think she just kind of forgot what it looked like and ended up making a W with a kind of like hat.
W with a hat.
Like
That's
it
usually
was,
why you need reference.
it was not quite the Overwatch logo.
Okay.
Missed a
All
little
right,
bit.
well, luckily Blizzard gave you stencils this time.
Yeah, actually, that's really awesome that they did that.
Yeah, I gotta print that out. All right, where is this game at? It's New Gettysburg. Really, the expectation, I think, for both of them is to get to third bases at least. That seems to be what's gonna go down here. Marsman is a Stargate opener, which has been scouted just by being in the front lines, as well as something that you can predict, I would say, on New Gettysburg again. Okay, that's a little weird. Revolution getting a Spore Crawler on the front lines. Usually you aren't afraid of losing anything to an Oracle or Phoenixes. Again, like the old Phoenix Stargate all in with 7 gateways behind it is not actually something you've ever seen in Legacy of the Void, really. So I don't know about that, but it certainly will keep his queen safe to spread creep.
Well, Ling's can get up here towards the third, but with the pylons and the overcharges ready, they're not destined to do a whole heck of a lot. I guess that Oracle got shoved off pretty good too, so some nice deflections on both sides of this.
These Lings probably would have been better off trying to do something at the third base, but there's a Mothership Core over there, so not much to be done. Oh, there you go.
Thanks for the commentary. Didn't realize you were casting. Just kidding.
He also, he handed me something I already forgot, to be honest. He was about thermal. Anyways,
I don't know why
trying to help.
BPM to our
Yeah, right?
There's no reason for it. Shout out to that guy. He's hosting the lobbies. He's helping everything out. I don't just being BM for no reason. Well, the couple of probes getting transferred around almost get picked off, but the sentries push this back. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Dobby, you fucking house elf, lobby elf.
Lobby elf.
Yeah. If you give a house elf a sock to set him free, how do you set free like a lobby elf? Put him in the player slot, I guess? Like, I don't know. Master!
Giving Dobby a player slot. Okay, so it's New Gettysburg. There's actually not much happening, and there probably won't be much happening other than deciding what compositions you're going for some time. So for Evolution, I see that Hydra's done pretty early. Hasn't built any roaches, didn't get roach speed, so kind of just like a precautionary roach warren, which I think is becoming more and more normal, the safer way to play Zerg, and then going into Hydras. But I gotta wonder, like, what plus the Hydras, because either it's Roach Hydra, which I say is the oldest way to play, or it's Ling Hydra, which is okay, or Baneling Hydra, which I think is like one of the more popular ways to play lately, but no Baneling Nest. And I would say at this point, I don't think he's going to go into Banelings, because you would want certifical hooks to be started, at least in a decent time after Lair is finished up, which, you know, it won't be a decent time at all. So it will just be pure Ling Hydra.
Ling Hydra with maybe a touch of roaches.
Gonna go straight to the Lurker Den. I mean, this could be problematic if Marsman is going for, like, mass adepts right now, but he's skipped everything on the Twilight Council. This is actually really dangerous. They're both playing kind of a dangerous style, I would say.
I'm having some minor chat drama right now. I'm not sure I can focus too much on the game. We got this one viewer tuning in who's really just ruining everything. Apparently,
you gotta bribe him correctly.
Yeah, that feel when you're not zombie grub and you have no boobies to offer to the conversation.
Just trying to help you out, man.
As the Oracle comes back home, it's a little bit low, so this is kind of scary for Marsman. He's not really going to be able to safely Revelation tag things. Right now, that would be the focus, getting these Hydras tagged up. There we go, falls back. Now he knows where Revolution's army is and from which angle it approaches, which is incredibly important for having those sentries in position ready to force field.
Well, by the time they're engaging each other, they will have everything that's important, right? They're gonna have lurkers, for the Zerg player, lurkers. The upgrades for the Hydra's already done, so pretty much just waiting on lurkers. And for Marsman, he's going to have Storm and Charge, which again, it's like, it's pretty dangerous seeing him go for Storm so quickly, skip all the Twilight Council upgrades, not do anything to his opponents in terms of like Adept run bys or Warp Prism harassment, just the Oracle. But it's kind of worked out for both of them. I would put Marsman in a better position, in fact, when all is said and done. But we'll see how the lurkers do. I mean, the storms are scary, the immortal count's getting scary. So, he's getting to the better composition, I would say.
Something we are actually seeing a little more consistently lately is the sniping off of observers, removing oracles from play. And if that ends up happening, we'll have Marsman with his fantastic army who can't see shit, and the lurkers will eventually just chunk away at them from below the ground.
He will have to keep that in mind.
In fact,
constant revelations.
Okay, there's one observer and the one oracle.
Yeah.
Those are the only forms of detection. The observer is with the army, but that could be pretty quickly picked off.
I think he's going to be depending a lot more on Revelation. You should depend more on Revelation, because sometimes it's not even on purpose that the observer gets sniped. It just kind of goes forward when you're trying to retreat, or something like that happens, and it's just an easy pick-off. Revelation will ensure that you're not going to have that fiasco happen. But the concave is here. He's ready to basically receive Revolution's push. And I would, as Revolution, not... Yeah, right? I would not push into this. I think going for more bases and higher tech would be the way to go. It's not like he's tricking Marsman. He's not going to get a lead from it, I don't think. But I would say, like, not pushing into this. This is too scary. You see High Templars with full energy, you just got to assume they have Storm. Oh, poor mortal. What are you doing over here? That is a lot of lurkers. I will give Revolution that. It is not just like 6 lurkers to help out here.
No, this 14. This kind of reminds me a little bit of when we would see Guru play, right? Like, we'd have so many lurkers to be brute force and look almost stupid and laughable, but this is quite a bit. Meanwhile, other side of the map, we did have the warping of Zealots get to that main, so classic move here to start picking off at the drone line, maybe get that lurker down. This is something Revolution has to deal with, and he segments the links back home to do so, because the brunt of his army really is so far across the map. There's no way to get that home in time. A couple Hydras get under the Warp Prism, though, and looks like this should be enough to push it back and stop the aggression, stop the harassment.
I guess Revolution starting to add in roaches. Yeah, going for roach speed, too. Yeah, I guess it's an addition you can add, but I don't think that the Ling Hydra Lurker was good enough. I don't think you need to add on roaches so late, but that's what he did. And hopefully he'll be on the front lines. Maybe soak some of those shots from the Immortals. Of course, this will go down really quickly. I'd say turning him into Ravages would be better, in fact. But anyway, Marsman, like I was saying, like Revolution, I don't think would have pushed in and done super well with the Lurkers. So he should have teched and gotten more upgrades and expanded, and that's what he did, although I think a Hive should be on the way soon. But Marsman didn't stall out either. He has a 4th base and he's going up the Tempest. He does find himself surrounded. That's where the Storms can help out. The Lurkers are way too far away.
However, back at home, he's been getting gutted raw. 22 drones died while this went on. So Revolution has a good army, but he's not going to have a good follow-up. He's got a decent-sized bank, 2,000 minerals, 1,300 gas, but doesn't feel like he's going to have too much more money for much longer if the Zealots keep getting to just chip away at everything for free.
Yeah. This is looking bad for Revolution. I really find it weird that he didn't go for a Hive while he was still banking a lot. His invitation pit finished like 2 minutes ago, I want to say. And he is now pushing with, I really think is an inferior army, not just in size. He's down in army, well, not.
It's actually going to slowly bleed out to Storms. And normally that's acceptable because you can keep remaking the units. Like, that's the dynamic with the Disruptors too, right? Like, you throw a couple Disruptors away to trade up for a couple of Lurkers, but you can make like 5 more Lurkers in the process, so it's not a problem. Revolution doesn't have any of that going for him right now.
He really only has the Lurkers to rely on, like getting him into a choke or sniping the detection. That can buy him more time, but the composition is looking better for Marsman. And he could start trading to replace his supply with Tempests. Okay, Drone, you help out, buddy.
He's going to build a hatchery and give these guys some creep to walk on. Obviously.
Yeah, totally.
Meanwhile, back over on this side, looks like Revolution is going to catch Marsman a little out of spot. Now these Lurkers are going to get to fight, but a lot of them go down before even getting their first shots off. Completely
jeez.
cleaned up, nothing left remaining, only Hydra's falling back. Doesn't look good for Revolution.
No, those lurkers were his lifeline. He remakes 12 pretty quickly here,
That is
but
his
he's missing the
bank.
fodder.
That is all of his bank, and that's thank you for bringing that up. I was about to get into that. It doesn't matter if you've got 100 lurkers, if you don't have even just a couple of roaches or lings or something above them to buy them the time to burrow, to have them get into position, then none of that matters, and the Immortals will just truck through them, as we saw moments ago. Same thing's gonna happen. Revolution has too much invested in the high stakes units like these lurkers, and not enough to actually fight with.
No. That army is unbeatable, I would say, for Marsman.
Yeah, well, at least with what's currently
Archons,
available.
Immortals. He would need Broodlords. There's
You know
no
what?
other composition I can think of, even if he had Funkles here.
Cut the lurkers down to like a fourth of the investment they just put into them, and yeah, it makes it some Broodlords get that greater spire, and I think Revolution's got a phenomenal army. But as you can see here, the lurkers, they get some good shots, absolutely take out a lot of Marsman's army, but not nearly enough. As he continues to push in, this should be for the win. Boy, I haven't said that phrase in like 5 years.
Jeez, what are you, 14-year-old? For the win.
What an epic win, guys! For the win! All your pieces belong to us! Numa Numa yay! Etc. But congratulations on the first game going to Marsman. Now, I'm not sure what's coming up next, guys, but we are getting closer to the end of the group, so we're going to stick in a commercial break. We also got a donation coming in, but it's a weird pending donation. I'll look into this during the break, and we'll see you guys here in 2 minutes. Alright guys, we're like halfway back, so Zombie Grub has returned.
Uh-huh.
And we're in the lobby, Frozen Temple, ready whenever everyone else is. Then Dom has broken my heart while you were gone.
Oh, man. Can't reach the damn cable. What's up?
Yeah, we're ready.
I'm listening, but I won't be able to respond.
My tweet will summarize it when you see it.
Alrighty then.
We had a discussion about your shirt while you were gone in chat, actually. I just started posting Mugatu memes all over the place, though. That was my contribution. Zombie Grub's shirt is so hot right now. The second you left, by the way, like the second you hung up on the call, like 3 people in chat. Hang on, where's this? I'm gonna scroll for it. Okay, well this guy's name kind of says a lot about him. I piss on you too. Shirt, please. Then Farfig Nugan says, Blondie Grub, the red top is nice. And just, I don't know, your shirt, the second you left, your shirt became the center of fucking conversation again. I'm saying this is actually a problem. We may have to ban the shirt from stream, guys.
Why is this USB plug so far back?
I don't know, but while you sort that out, ladies and gentlemen, we are in game number 2. Spawning in the upper left side of the map, it's going to be the orange Protoss player, the Marsman. And in the bottom right, the pink Zerg. Viva la Revolution! Revolution. Now, while you were gone, okay, granted, topic of your shirt came up and many other things, but something far more important to me was revealed.
Ugh. What?
Apparently they make Girl Scout cookie cereal now? What?
Oh, yeah.
Hello? Where can I get all of it?
Somehow that didn't work. Well, webcam, you're just gone forever, I guess. Whatever.
I'm telling you, dude, it's probably for the best. That shirt broke everybody today, myself included. I fucking haven't fumbled over words as hard as I did at the start of this broadcast in a long time. Alright, so last game Revolution, losing out was a little bit unfortunate. New Gettysburg I don't feel is a part of the problem, but I do want to just kind of remind everybody that most of the time in New Gettysburg, it's the Zerg player laying on pressure really hard to the Protoss' third. Protoss breaks, Zerg wins, right? Like, that's classic New Gettysburg. The thing, and a big part of why that didn't happen, I think, for Revolution was the style he went for, and I really am just not a fan of that Lurker style. Once every in a while, we actually see people like Guru pull it off. Laser's actually got a couple of those more Lurker-heavy builds in his pocket, too. But generally speaking, it seems like an 18-minute build-up to eventually die out to either Immortals or Disruptors, and just, I'm unconvinced that it's worth going for.
I heard most of that.
I think
game itself.
Well, sorry, I was just gonna
Oh.
close on that statement with just like 9 times out of 10, I think Broodlords are gonna serve you way better.
Right. The game itself was pretty passive. There wasn't a lot of damage done earlier on. There was just an Oracle for scouting, and the Revolution had a couple of Lings, and that was it. In a game like that, especially on New Gettysburg, where you kind of expect the game to go like that, you really gotta like see if you can accelerate technology specifically, but also economy. Like, but instead, he focused on getting an army, which Marsman. There might have been a chance Revolution's mass lurkers worked within the first, like, 5 seconds that he built them, when Marsman still didn't have, you know, as many immortals, or charge, I think he didn't have immediately, or something like that, but I think it was very quickly an identifiable game that was going to go to Broodlords, and yet he never went to Broodlords, despite having, like, a huge bank, an infestation pit to get to Hive. He definitely got the, stuck on lair tech problem that some Zergs still have. I'd say that was like a really big problem with Liberty. People would stick on roaches all day long.
Well, for Legacy, it became a little more acceptable, though. So to say stuck is like kind of an air quotes moment here, though, because I still feel like there's a lot of aspects of the game where, you know, just infestors with corrosive bile, that applies to all matchups. Lurkers can, again, not my favorite to watch happen, but they can work too. And I think generally speaking, like, yeah, everyone, they dream about Broodlords. They dream about not having to deal with the Protoss Air Armada and all this, but layer tech is certainly, I'd say, more acceptable to be stuck on than the past, but less, I guess, required to be stuck on, if that makes sense. Like, you kind of didn't really have that step up before. Now you do.
I get what you're getting at. Like, the Ravager, there's like tier 0.5s now.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
In Legacy of the Void. Ravagers 1.5, Lurkers 2.5, and you know, whatever else you want to throw in there, like Infestors, I guess. But yeah, back when you got stuck on Lair and like when he was Liberty, it was like Roach, Hydra, sometimes Corruptor, and it would that was most of Idris games, all right? Never get into Broodlords until late when he's Liberty. But anyway, Frozen Temple is a different map, different beast. Revolution should probably be better off actually focusing on an army attack, whether that's like early game, mid game, lurker base, roach base. I don't know quite yet. He is getting roaches right now, but I think it's because he's preparing for an adept attack.
How did that link slip by? That actually forced the cancel, by the way.
Oh, I don't think that was necessary at all.
I don't think it was necessary, but I guess this was for Marsman's sake, just him trying to be very sneaky with it. It wasn't going to be worth it if it got scouted. There's no reason that link should have slipped by, though. Like, he ran through a bunch of adepts and stalkers that just happened to be on move command for, like, the wrong second.
Yeah.
So that's kind of awkward.
And he saw a cancel, I guess, so he doesn't even over-prepare against non-existent DTs. Well, the game goes on, and he still had to prepare against the Adept attack, so that was time that he wasn't spent droning entirely, and since he still does have to worry about the Adepts, the roads are at home. And Marsman, I think, could get away with just not doing anything with these Adepts, just shade in once or twice to kind of scare Revolution and then leave. Because as long as Revolution's army is on this side of the map, that means that Marsman can get his third set up. It's already done, it already has pylons, he just needs an army to help defend against it, and that's what he's trying to get with the Immortals now.
Well, sorry, I had a bit of a sneeze, so I had to mute myself to stream there, guys. Hopefully I managed to actually mute them in time. Banelings. Okay, so actually, we're talking about a lot of different styles for what is ZVP, and one of the ones that actually does kind of work, and we've seen a little bit more commonly, was like just massive amounts of flooding. Mass lings, maybe a couple of Hydras, a lot of emphasis on Banelings. And I think part of what I like most about this isn't that, like, okay, this can lead to a gigantic engagement that's A move versus A move, which it sometimes does. But things like Baneling drops and a couple of lings here and there, especially when you got +2 weapon upgrades and the Banelings can one-shot the probes, can be huge, huge in this matchup.
Oh yeah. I do like that it's a change-up. Again, I think Lurkers could have done well, especially if it was a little more aggressive with them. Because again, Marsman last game could have played a kind of greedy game with the charge timing and the storm timing. He's playing a more normal-looking game now. The charge first and the Temple Archives may or may not get the Storm once he realizes what the composition is. I think Storm's still useful, of course, but we'll see what he decides. But I like the change-up, different composition. Zergs are the ones that kind of have that way to go. You could argue that Protosses can go either Mass Adept, Charge Lot, Immortal, or Blink Stalker, but I would say Blink Stalker is not nearly as popular, and eventually it does just come down to Charge Lot, Immortal, Archon. Whereas the Zerg has Roach Ravager attacks, Ravager Baneling attacks, Hydra Baneling, Hydra Ling, Lurker Ling, all that jazz. But I think he knows what it is now. He saw the Ravagers, of course, break down the rocks. He sees the Baneling nest with Hallucinated Phoenix and sees that it's jiggling, so it's finishing up some jiggle hooks. And he will research that Storm. Storm is just, it's too useful not to get most of the time.
Right, I mean, a lot of times in the past we talked about it actually just being force fields to shut out these Baneling moves and watching Puck and others do that. Because Dark did this over in Korea, and then everyone started doing this every fucking day for like 3 months afterwards. This became a strategy that eventually got figured out, but for Zerg, the Baneling attack was almost like an auto-win in a lot of cases. And the best resorts of people were to go for force fields. No one was really reaching for storms. But as we've seen more recently, and explicitly players like Mana and others, Storm destroys Banelings and Zerglings more than anything else in the game right now. It's like the best way to deal with it. Hell, I'd say take that over Colossus every time.
I think the fear for some players who either never get Storm, which still happens, or pushes off Storm for a long time, is that it is like kind of an expensive upgrade to get to.
It is, but
especially if you know they're about to attack into you and you're still waiting on the Storm, then you have to turn on Archons, and Archons are still useful.
There are 45 Banelings coming into this, though. The army supplies, they don't nearly look as big and different as the actual physical size of the armies.
Storm did finish, but he needs to actually hit like a good chunk of Banelings, you know, because there's still a possibility the Banelings have a good concave, they get around too quickly.
I like this set of Revolution, sending them in a little bit of a time instead of just like a big A move, and he's kept a lot of them back very much on purpose. But that being said, he just threw away a ton of money to get almost no kills out of Marsman. Like, he didn't pick off a critical building, he does not deny +2 weapons here, and now he's gonna get pushed back really hard. Storm comes down once again, and oh no, the Banelings get demolished! Holy shoot!
I was going to say Marsman played really well in the defense, and then that was a perfect Storm on top of the Banelings. So good job on the attack. And he's just going to continue forward with the attack as well. He could get a War Prism from a Robo. I think he already has one. Yeah, there it is.
He's got those +2 weapon upgrades. The fact that the Archons are numerous, the fact that there's going to be some more Storms potentially. Nope, never mind, just more Archons. I mean, there's no way that Revolution can afford to make 45 more Banelings. He's going to make as many as he possibly can, but that being said, I guess the downside is Marsman does have a significant amount of Zealots in this army over Adepts, but if the Archons take the hits and the Zealots stay in the back, then they're going to unleash themselves afterwards, charge to those front lines, and get some real serious damage done.
He does need to be careful with how he uses the charge logs.
Well, or not, they stay
kind of not.
It still almost works out, though. There might just be a little too much still, nonetheless. Archon's getting a bit low, though, and the Ravagers are actually getting some nice Corrosive Biles. Not dodging them. Marsman's eating some of those shots, but I think this is still going to be very much a Protoss favored series, the way this is going. GG.
GG. That'll send Marsman to face off against Zake again, though.
Yeah, so PvP rematch. We haven't seen the group curse come into effect in a while. And, right, your camera's broken. This... I hate Zombie Grub Skype picture, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it just makes me feel like I'm being judged constantly.
So good. So good.
Bring back the happy lady with a nice shirt. She was nice. I don't like this one. This is so 2015 happy. Zombie Grub. Yeah, dude, you had like a smile on your face. Like, whatever. We're gonna go to commercial break, guys. When we get back, Marsman and Saki, the rematch will be the last best of 3 of the group. So a short but sweet cast today. Lots of 2-0s. And we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. And of course, make sure to check out the Twitter of the Dutch StarCraft League. Get into those giveaways. You've got this until this best of 3 is finished. Then Frank's going to come back on the stream, announce the winner live. So do it while you can. Thanks for watching.